Hey, it's Sam here, and I wanted to show you a quick demonstration of what Challenges by Member App can do. This is a Challenges software. We've been building this over the last 2 years. It's a very easy tool to use that will generate a challenge, which is kind of like a learning experience, which is different from courses, more like offline workshops brought online. So these challenges are time sensitive, they're usually progressive and focused on customer or participant results. So these are very popular at the moment. Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, and many others like Brendon Burchard have used these, either giving away free challenges or actually selling challenges, which are part of their marketing strategy. So you'll be able to create challenges. One of the key, and I guess one of the key points that I want to kind of emphasize here is that unlike Facebook groups that you may have seen challenges being run before, we offer a very good solution that's focused and offers a wide range of additional features that you won't find within any other system or within any other kind of place online, other than if you were to build it custom. This is a software that's been built specifically for challenges, and for that reason we've been able to create a really professional solution that'll look great. Your students are going to love as you run these challenges. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly just register as a user for one of these challenges, show you inside an example challenge of what it looks like, and then we'll take a look from there. So this is what the interface looks like. Now, if someone signs up for a challenge, this is currently an evergreen challenge that I'm showing you. So this runs year round. But if I was doing, say, a specific date challenge, so from June the 12th until June the 19th, I was running a special workshop for videographers, then I would have a kind of registration page here. So once people had signed up, it would actually show a countdown timer. And then once that countdown timer ran out, then this would then become available for people to use. We would send out a notification for people, and they would also be able to share. So depending on what type of challenge it is, the experience when you first log in or register will be different. So we'll start the challenge. We click Start Challenge, and now as you can see, the challenge opens up to us. We can see that one other user who's currently inside of this challenge is currently on the first lesson. So we have an interactive interface that actually involves the community and engages the community, so you can actually see what's going on and who else is going through. Now, you can't see any information about this individual. You can just see there's other people in there learning at the moment to help the experience. So if we have just come in here, we want to obviously start the challenge. We click on preparations, and this is the first part of our challenge. This is now a lesson. We've got a video here, description. There could be homework. There could be audios, downloadable podcasts, all sorts of different things that could be also enlisted in this challenge. And if we're registered for more than one particular product, a challenge or a course from this particular campaign or from this particular person, they would all be featured down here. We've got the ability to navigate through the challenge here, and we've also got the ability to place comments here as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our challenge area here, and you'll notice one other thing. So the second section is available from May the 12th, and I mentioned that this is an evergreen challenge. So what I've done here is for the first 7 days of the challenge, people will be able to access this content here. And then after 7 days of being in the challenge, they'll receive an email when the next series of content will be available to them. And you could do this for as many sections as you wanted to within your challenge. It could be a 4-week challenge, a 6-week challenge, and so on. And you can create this type of experience very easily within this software. Let me go into now how we created this challenge, why it's so easy, and why we created this software. So this is the interface here. As you can see, it's a very easy interface to use. You can return to an admin area, and this lists all of the different campaigns you're running. I've got a number of campaigns that are listed here. And if you want to manage your campaign, click Manage Campaign. It'll then take you into that campaign area, as you can see here. You can have one challenge, or you can have multiple challenges. You can have 10 different challenges running at the same time if you wanted to on different topics, or the same topic within the same area. And you could sell these individually, or you could sell them as a package. It really is up to you. So on the left-hand side here, you've got your navigation, you've got challenges, analytics, and settings. I'll show you a little bit more about that, but for the benefit of this demonstration, I'm just going to jump right into one of the active challenges right now. Now, this is the active challenge that you saw. You'll notice that it's very similar to what you saw earlier. The challenge itself is built in such a way that it's structured just like you would see if you were a user using the challenge. And we did that on purpose, intentionally, because we wanted to make sure the experience of editing this challenge was consistent with how it was going to look. It'll mean that the end result is going to look a lot better. And you can actually switch into what's called design mode, and you can start engaging with your participants directly through this design mode. You can also customize your design very easily within a few clicks if you want to as well, from dark mode to light mode. You can change different colors, different fonts, and customize this as you would like to. So you can see here I'm customizing this. Different parts of this will change based on the settings that you want. And you can design this to look as you want as well through the software. Now if we switch back to editing mode, then what you can see here is we have the ability to add sections within this here. I've got 3 sections right now. Let's delete this section. And let's now add that section again. So if we wanted to add a new section, this could be a week, it could be a module, whatever you want to call it. We'll just say section here, section number 3. Usually I'd call this probably week if it was a progressive challenge like we're doing right now, but we'll just say section 3 is videography skills. And then we can add 2 different types of content here. We've got add lessons, which means that you can within one click add lessons, or you can add a quiz. And the quiz, I'll show you in a little bit, is very cool, and it's included as part of this package. So we'll start with this. If we were adding an introduction, we would add an introduction here. We could say this is going to show you an introduction to this section. You can then have a look how that looks. You can preview it in design mode. If we go back to section 3 over here, it's included there. And then from there we can go back and we can now click edit. Now when we click edit, it comes up with a series of different templates. Now these are lesson templates. To speed up the lesson creation process, we provide a number of templates. But if you want to, you can actually create your own template within the system for lessons, and you can have that within Save Templates and just click it and that'll be added to all of your lessons if you want to. So this is the lesson here. We've just added this particular template. You can customize this as you want. You can delete things, you can add things, you can add different elements to this, and it can really be as you want. You can provide homework, for example. You could add a homework module here where your students could actually upload their progress, share their progress with you, and you can actually assign specific actions they need to take on a daily basis within your challenge. You can also embed videos here. You can add your title for the lesson itself here as well. So I'm going to add in my embed code. I'm using Vidello today for my videos, but I could use and I could host within any software. YouTube, Vimeo, Vidello. We grab the previews automatically from those softwares. So you'll actually see that the preview that's provided here is from that software. And if we were to go back, for example, we were to go back to here, and we go back in design mode, what you'll see is we've actually taken that specific preview and that's added into this introduction. Now I'm just going to see that'll obviously be resolved, this issue here, but it's actually been taken and it's added specifically into that module or this lesson right here. So that preview is taken and used there. If you wanted to change that preview, you can change the thumbnail by clicking here and that'll update that preview that I just showed you. So once we go back into our introduction, you can see here, you can add, if you want to, change the thumbnail from in our system and overwrite any other video system you have. You could add more of a description here if you wanted to. We actually pre-populate the description here to help you get started based on what you've added in the previous step. You could upload documents if you wanted to as well. I could click on this, for example. I can go over here. If I've got a document that I can add, we'll see if I've got a document here that I can add. Why not? Citizenship process. Okay, we'll add that one, and we'll go and we'll just rename this as maybe video. We'll just edit this and rename this. We can rename it as we want. It could be, videographer resources. And we could even upload, if we wanted to, a custom icon to go with this, depending on what we were doing. So I could go like this, and I can upload a custom icon there. It'll save it, it'll add that custom icon, and there we go. So it really is up to you how you want to use these features. We've also got a really cool, unique feature as well. Part of the reason we built this is that we wanted to provide you with a way of improving your courses and helping you to get better customer results, because that's what we're trying to do at the end of the day. We want people to succeed with our courses. One of the best ways for you to find out where people are getting stuck is when you first create your challenge, because you're obviously going to run your challenge over and over again, you're not going to just run it once and then that's it. You might run it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times a year, or you might do an evergreen challenge where you're constantly running it. Well, wouldn't you like to be able to find out how your students, participants are finding your challenge? At any point inside of your challenge, you can add a feedback survey. This is really cool. How do you like this section? You could say, how do you like this module? How do you like this lesson? It's great. You could say good. You could say I don't like it. You could say horrible. Hopefully you don't get anyone saying that. You can make it mandatory so you actually get an answer, so someone can't move on before they actually fill this in, and they won't be able to continue to the next lesson unless they actually submit this. And then you can say add more details here. Cool. Or like tell us why. You could say, for example, tell us why. And then you can actually review all of this data as a whole, and you can see kind of what people are saying about your lessons or about your specific sections. And this will help you to kind of figure out where people are at and whether your course needs to be improved in any particular area, which is really important. And usually, students don't tell you this, they'll just request a refund or they won't go back into your course. But this way you can make sure that they are going to come back. Cool. So that's done. We've done our lesson, then we move on to the next one. We do the same process. And the great thing about this, it's all drag and drop. You can drag and drop anything around. You can drag and drop modules, do all of your planning on here if you want to as well. And it's just really, really easy to use. I'm going to make sure this drip feeds after 14 days. So this third section will drip feed after 14 days. And the great thing about this software as well is that you can actually just simply go like this. And you go unpublish, and this will not show up for your participants. So as you're working and as people are actually going through your course, you can be adding more content, you can be planning and doing all of that, and none of that will actually show up inside of your active challenge. So there's not going to be any problems with that. You can also customize who you are. So for example, if I wanted to, I could say videographer, or in this particular case, this particular course was actually created by a friend of mine named Slava, who's given me permission to actually use it within this demo. And he's using the software, which is great. I could, if I wanted to, I could actually update Slava. I could invite him if I wanted to. I could actually invite him, which is in settings. I could invite, actually it's not in settings. I could invite him, for example, if I wanted to become the challenge instructor. So for example, if I knew that Slava V was the right Slava, I could invite him. I've just done that. And then what's happened is Slava V is now the instructor, and he's now the one running the course. If I wanted to revert back, and I didn't want Slava V to be the instructor in this particular course, then it's really easy. Again, I'll just reassign myself. It updates automatically. Then I can write some things about myself. And I am good at videos, for example. And then that'll present itself to the rest of my audience. Now, once you've started planning and you've created maybe one section, you want to share it with a friend of yours, there's a couple of ways you can do that. So you can use what's called a special copy link. And you can actually use this by just clicking invite here. What this is going to do is it's going to take you to settings. It's going to give you the opportunity to copy a URL. And then as you saw before, so I did this before, but I'll do this in incognito mode right now. As you saw, I did this before. I will open this up. And then this is a private registration link. This registration link can only be used once. And the great thing about this registration link is because it can only be used once, you can make sure that when you send this out, no one else is going to be able to use it again. So it's just for the person you're sending it out to. So you can send an email to that person and it's only going to show to them. So that's how that copy link works, and you can choose if you've got other packages, you can select those, or you can add an email here to invite someone via email. You can also, if you've got more than one course, you can invite multiple people to different courses. You can remove people from your courses and basically manage everything within this student management system here. If we go to general settings, you can add your own custom domain, or you can use our default domain here. You've got the ability to add branding, as I've done here. We actually have a range of different default branding options that you can use. We can actually add your own branding, and we have sizes to help you with that process as well. You can choose to add either an external payment system such as Thrivecart, PayKickstart, JVZoo, or you can actually decide to add people as free, so they're actually free registrants within your challenge. And so if you're running a free challenge, you use this option. If you're running a paid challenge, you use this option, and you can use an IPN. We provide some training to show you how to do that. We've got a wide range of integrations, so anyone who registers is going to be captured into your subscriber list. And you've got settings here as well, some security settings, two-factor authentication you can turn on, capture codes at registration. You've got custom HTML, so you can actually edit parts within this software if you want to customize it even more. And you can also require that people add their profile image on registration if you want to make sure that you're always going to be capturing faces with names. And this can be a really handy option. Also, you can add a support URL, which will be added to the footer of your account. And you can also see your best performing courses, best performing challenges, I should say, and the total amount of participants within those challenges as well. So that's what this software does, and this is what you can do within this software. You can also monitor how your participants are going through the course. So as they actually progress through the course, none of these participants have yet, but as they do, you can see their progress. You can see how well they're doing throughout your course. And also within this area here, you can obviously choose the different integration you want to use to register that lead for whichever integration you want. And then you can adjust any of your settings here. You can also send out certificates for challenge completion. So once someone actually completes your challenge, you can actually send out a message. You can choose to turn on or turn off comments. And you've also got the ability to choose whether you want people, the content to drip feed by by section or by lesson. So it could be, for example, a daily drip feed, or it could be a weekly drip feed. Or it could be, there's a lot of flexibility with this that you'll be able to incorporate into this as well. So that's what the software is. This is what it does. Hopefully this has given you a good overview of how this all works. The process to start a challenge itself is very easy. You just click challenge. You can then name your challenge. So this is a new challenge. You can add in your description. This challenge is going to be good. You can choose an image, or you can upload your own image, and then you can choose the rules or the how you want the challenge to be run. Simply click create, and then from there, your challenge is created. You click edit, and it's as easy as that. You've got your challenge, you've got your canvas here, and you can start editing freely as you want. Now, one final thing before I leave, I forgot to show you the quiz, which is just a really, really cool feature. Click edit. It's very similar to what you saw with the feedback. So you could say quiz number 1, for example. You could select a pass percentage, so if you wanted to make it 80%. You can also block viewing the next module if you want to, and you get to see all of your quiz statistics in one place as well. You can choose multi-choice quizzes. For example, I could say, what is 1 plus 1? If it was relating to it, I could say 2 here, I could say 3 here, 4 here, 5 here. I can select which one's the correct answer, so this is the correct answer. And I can also add an image that would be associated with this particular question as well. I can also add additional questions. I can have a file upload option if there was a question that needed a file upload, an image selection if there was images that I wanted to ask questions about. So for example, which one is Sam? I could upload my image, I could upload someone else's image, and then I could select from one of those answers that's there as well. So that's how this software works. And by the way, if I go back to, you can see the quiz results here. If I go ahead and I was to, say, for example, publish this, I'll go back into edit, go into design mode, you can see how this looks, and your questions are featured down the bottom, so your participants have the option to see whereabouts within your quiz they are as well. So I hope you're excited for this software. It's the first time we've released anything like this. It's the first time I think anything like this has ever come out, and it's a really complete software when it comes to running challenges and making money through challenges as well. I'm sure you're going to be able to do a lot of great stuff with it. There is a lot that's included in the upgrade number 1, so I highly recommend checking that out once you get access. And we're doing a discount special for this launch, so you're going to be able to get access to this for a low one-time cost. I'm Sam Becker. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon. See you later.